Hello friends, my name is Sumit and you're watching CTXCLOUD tech videos. So before we go to our distributed switch configuration, first let's understand about the vMotion and about the virtual machine migration. So this is my virtual machine on management non-prod cluster, and there are two esxi server on management prod cluster, and in the non-prod cluster we have another two esxi server, and out of this we have one virtual machine running on esxi 7. So if I will try to migrate this virtual machine, click on right click on migrate, click on next, and here it is giving multiple esxi options here. But whenever I will select esxi 5, so it is not giving me, there is an compatibility issue. Okay, let me check this on esxi 6, another compatibility issue. Let me try on esxi 7. So on the esxi 7 I can migrate. Okay, because but what I will migrate, because the virtual machine is already running on esxi 7, so there is no purpose if I will migrate this virtual machine from esxi 7 to esxi 7 again. So I have to migrate this esxi, either esxi 5, 6 or 8. So whenever I am going in migrate, click on next and selecting esxi 8, there is a compatibility issue. esxi 7, it is already there, so that's why it is giving compatibility okay. esxi 6, compatibility issue. esxi 5, compatibility issue. So that means before you migrate your virtual machine, you have a vMotion vMotion standard switch, or you guys can say the vMotion port group is connected to the esxi server before you migrate any virtual machine from one esxi server to another esxi server. Okay, let me start here from here. I am going on my esxi 5, go to the configuration, click on switch, virtual switches, click on add networking, click on next, click on new standard switch, click on next. Here I am going to select the virtual adapter is vMNIC4, click on OK, click on next. Here I am giving this vMotion, select the vMotion, give the name label for the VM kernel port group is vMotion, click on next, give the IP address is 192.168.1.55, 255.255.255 is the subnet mask, select the gateway, click on next, click on finish. Okay, so now I have connected vMotion NIC on my, vMotion VM kernel port group on my esxi 5. Same I have to do on esxi 7. So let me create another, click on add networking, click on next. Here I have to select new standard switch, click on next. Here I have to select vMNIC, click on vMNIC 4, click on OK, click on next. Here I have to select vMotion, click on check and click on vMotion, click on next. Here I have to give the IP address is 192.168.1.57. Subnet mask is 255.255.0. Select the gateway, click on next, click on finish. Let me refresh this. Okay, so another standard switch is connected with the esxi server. This is for the vMotion. So let me try to migrate this virtual machine from esxi 7 to esxi 5. Is this succeeded now after adding vMotion port group? So let me right click here, click on migrate, click on next. Here I am going to select esx55, and now you guys can see that compatibility is succeeded now. Let me click on next, click on next, click on next, click on finish. So you guys can see that there is a progress bar where it is relocating virtual machine from esxi 7 to esxi 5. So but both the esxi servers are in the same cluster, so we can migrate the virtual machine within the cluster. But again, if you want to migrate this virtual machine out of cluster, on another cluster, still you guys need a vMotion VM kernel port group connected to all esxi server, so that the virtual machine get migrated from one esxi server to another and one cluster to the another cluster. So that's what I want to show in this video. So just wait for next 2 minutes so that the reallocation get completed and I can show you that the virtual machine get migrated successfully. So now you guys can see that relocation is completed now. So let me see where is my virtual machine now. Okay, so now you guys can see that inside esxi 5, the virtual machine is now esxi 5. Before it was on esxi 7. So from this video, we have understand that to migrate a virtual machine from one esxi server to the another esxi server, you required a vMotion VM kernel port group added to the esxi server, so that it can be migrated from one esxi server to another. So let me try to migrate this virtual machine. Right now it is management non-prod cluster. If I want to migrate this into the management prod cluster, so is this allowing me to send this virtual machine from ESXi 6 or 8? Let me try this. Click on migrate, click on next. Here I'm selecting ESXi 8. So again, it is giving me the compatibility issues. So let me try to add again vMotion virtual switches here. Go to the configuration, go to the virtual switch, click on add networking, click on next. Here I am going to select new virtual switch, click on next, click on add vmnic 4, click on next. Here I have to select vMotion, give the name is vMotion, click on next, give the IP address is 192.168.1.56, give the subnet mask, select the gateway, click on next, click on finish. Same I'm going to do on my ESXi 8. Click on add networking, click on next. Here I have to select new standard switch, click on next, click on add a vmnic here, click on OK, click on next. Here again I have to select vMotion virtual machine migration, you guys can say that. Click on next. You guys can have to select the IP address which is 192.168 with 58, subnet mask, select the gateway, click on next, click on finish. So again now I have a vMotion virtual switch connected with my ESXi server 8 also. So now let me try to migrate this virtual machine from this non-prod cluster to the production cluster. So right click, click on migrate, click on next, click on host, just select, click on ESXi 8, and now you guys can no guest heartbeat is being received. So either VMware tools are not configured. So let me wait because it is not configured right now. Just wait. Let me try to migrate this virtual machine on ESXi 8. So again, it is giving like VMware tools issue, but I know the VMware tools is installed in this virtual machine. Click on next, click on finish, and you guys can see that it is reallocating virtual machine from this cluster to this cluster. So just wait. It is about to complete, so just wait. So guys, now you guys can see that it is now running on management prod cluster and the virtual machine is running on ESXi 8. So in this video we have seen that how to migrate, I mean what is the basic prerequisites before you migrate your virtual machine from one ESXi server to the another ESXi server and from one cluster to the another cluster. So the basic prerequisites is you have the VMware tools installed on your virtual machine. The second is you have a vMotion VM kernel adapter get added to your ESXi server. So after that, you guys can migrate your virtual machine from one ESXi server to the another ESXi server. So going forward, we are going to configure our distributed switch, guys. So just stay connected with the CTXCLOUD, subscribe my channel and share with your friends. Thank you so much, guys.